Is a rain than a camp.
Hear some of them are class. And I'm not telling no lies, but I have proof on that. Run up and down in your camp and class, and she outside and laughing. And then she gets all the information. You know, she always get information. You know, she always get the recordings then. Because she's playing the game like a fucking chess queen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, feel like so she don't have things, she have a whole heap of things, so she has to don't know when she don't even come out and talk. So I don't know, feel like so she don't know she know. That is why when certain things come out here, she just nod her head and keep her head moving and say nothing. Because if she come out and talk, there will be no peace.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of the rumors that start, you know, people, do not start from foreigner, you know. It starts from them.
So give me a thumbs up. It's gonna be a short live, guys. So give me a thumbs up.
Own community. I have heard the vice notes. I have listened and heard the vice notes.
God bless.
And
Hello,
it's
good
based
night.
on envious and bad mind. And some of these people are the ones that were helped. Even the people then, we should tell to start up them own business, never want to start up them business.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what happened. From the cousin can come out and do that. You should know that nobody knows it. That is why when we hear certain things on the internet, whether it's true or not true, I don't talk about certain things. I only talk about when we hear.
Guys, a triano, guys. Let me get a thumbs up, guys. Come, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
And when we have receipt on and we're recording, we have. I cannot remember it because if it's wrong now, and it just, see one would have come and cuss me on top of that too. I so slick to believe in our own lies.
Mm-hmm.
And it still have a hurt, in the end.
Let me play back over.
I've done a right too. And she knows say. So they have class too. And I'm not telling no lies, but I have proof on that. Run up and down in your camp. And class, and she outside and laughing. And then she gets all the information. You know, so she always gets information. You know, she always get the recordings then. Because she's playing the game like a fucking chess queen.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, feel like so she don't have things. She have a whole heap of things where she has to don't and when she not even come out and talk. So I don't know, feel like so she don't know she know. That is why when certain things come out here, she just nod her head and keep her head moving and say nothing. Because if she come out and talk, there will be no peace. Because some of the rumors that start, you know, people, do not start from foreign alone, you know. It starts from their own community. I have heard the vice notes. I have listened and heard the vice notes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based on envious and bad mind. And some of these people are the ones that were helped. Even the people then, we should tell to start up them own business, never want to start up them business.
True.
And look at what happened. From the cousin can come out and do that. You should know that nobody knows it.
No, me don't know. Me not gonna say nobody is not sick. There are some people are loyal and some are not loyal. But you have to look, you have to pay attention. You have to look closely to people because some of them and everybody around Dana are real. There's some fake people around Dana. We just come, just forget clothes or what. It's not everybody around her is real. Some of them just fake and come around Dana just forget clothes and use her and then wear them. So then I'm not just say everybody a user or everybody. Some some people are loyal. I mean loyal to the ground. If things should take a other toll, they are not gonna say yes. Dana did say this. Dana did say that. They are not gonna do. I want them when not loyal. We do it, but you see, when them were loyal, they will not go out there and do certain things. So they know what it comes with. They know that if they do certain things, they might lose their friendship, they might lose followers or whatever. People not gonna take clients to them. So well, everybody loyal. Some people are not. 600 people, may I be giving 6 thumbs up, guys. 600, may I be giving 6 thumbs up. So, and everybody loyal. Some people are loyal to Dana, which some are not loyal to her. Some of them just act and pretend, and I see a lot of them around her. We are pretend. You know, when you can see people, they are pretending like, yeah. But some of them not real. If it shit hit rock bottom, bottom, you will see the real people. If then have a fall upon her face or whatever, you will see the real one from the one them way genuine and say, alright, you know, say then and then a good somebody or whatever. Then all of them. And all of them. I know all of them. All of them people. So big up to the one them were loyal and continue being loyal. Big up the one them where you never mean for what if say, you never mean for disloyal to her. But things just happen. Maybe sometimes people make it best at the best of them getting their way. Like if best at them like they just them do things and them never know say yes. That cause so much pain, so much. You wish you could turn back the end of time. You wish you could turn back in and say, I have done something wrong. Please forgive me. It's just a little forgiveness. But some people will not take forgiveness. Some people, when they cut you off, brother. But we know that things take time. If Dana and some people or some family member has fallen out or fall short, when the time come if they want mend fence or whatever, they will do that. So but there are certain things, brother, because not everybody loyal. Some people make you loyal, get some people loyal, but then just maybe in a sense envy and make it best get it better than them. So I gonna say that. For me loyal to you. Me loyal to the ground. Me I go see if you loyal. You can have two. You and a person, a friend. One loyal more than one. One way I put in the work and I wanna no, they not do. So that's what life is. And everybody, you have some people will come in your life, elevate you and say, yes, you're my friend, you're my true G. Me I stick by you to thin and thing. Mm-hmm. Nah, Lego your side because when I was on my face, you were there for me. I so miss loyal. If me, alright, if me the down on my face and me come to my friend and say, you know, say, I not have nothing. Alright, you have a business strength. You can say, alright, see a business idea. Let me promote it for you. That maybe you as my friend have more money. Show me how to make fish to elevate me. Your friend, yeah. If you go foreign too and you have one friend, you say, alright, this is how me I shop for my friend. Me not care things when me not that way, me not care. Yeah, so friendship go. Loyal. Some people don't know about the loyal. Hmm? Some people go on. I want somebody alone to be do loyal. One, have 500 guys, me I'm gonna 5 thumbs up. And then I gonna Canada go meet Joshy. What a good feeling when you know say yes, you get your green card, you can cross over the other side. It's a good feeling. So big up Dana on receiving her green card that she could able to see Joshy before Joshy went back to Jamaica. I don't know if Dana will go with him back to Jamaica, but it's a good feeling. Like, it's a good feeling, and I always say things things happen. Things do happen, but and you realist. So I'm glad said that I reunited seed with the almost then she gone Canada. Most say she come back and forth Jamaica anywhere she want go. And yeah, so I do the right thing, I know. Do the right thing. Some people go for it and then change like green lizard. Everybody, again, everybody can go foreign. Now I go say nobody, everybody can go. It's just some people just not get the opportunity to go yet. But take my word, things do take a time. Never you rush into things. Things do take a time. If you want to go, all you need to do. Some people go embassy 2, 3 times, 4 times. They don't get a visa. And a visa money that too. But then still say, alright, man, try. Me not try so much time. 1, 2 times is enough. And sometimes you don't have the money and you go. You have the last little money and go. And it work for you. Sometimes it don't work. I say, God, I have tried. And it work, but things take a time. I can play this a come on.
That is why when I hear certain things,
It's tired.
whether it's true or not true, I don't talk about certain things. I only talk about when I hear and when I have receipt and what recording I have. I mean, evidence I cannot run out for it because if it's wrong now, and I did Johnny now, Uno see one would have come and cuss me on top of that too. And Uno so slick to Uno believe in our own lies. I still have hurt Uno.
Mm. I
When
go
she
play
needed the help.
one more time. I play people who knock.
And Dana have right to.
Come guys,
And she knows it.
600 guys. I beg you
She
look a
all hear
thumbs
some
up.
of them are class too. And I'm not telling no lies, but I have proof on that. Run up and down in your camp and class and she outside and laughing. And then she gets all the information. You know, so she always get information. You know, so she always get the recordings then. Because she's playing the game like a fucking chess
Come guys. Triano guys.
So I
R5
don't feel like she don't
107.
have things. She have a whole heap of things she still don't know when she not even come out and talk. So I don't feel like she don't know. That is why when certain things come out here, she just nod her head and keep on going. Because if she come out and talk, there will be no peace. Because some of the rumors that start, you know, people,
Come guys.
do not start from foreign alone, you know. It
That
starts from them own community.
true.
I have heard the voice notes. I have listened and heard the voice notes. And it's based on envious and bad mind. And some of these are the ones that were helped. Even the people them we should help to start up their own business and start up their business. And look at what happened. From the cousin can come out and do that. You should know say nobody knows it. That is why when we hear certain things on the internet, whether it's true or not true, I don't talk about certain things. Not only talk about when we hear and when we have receipt on and what recording we have. I mean, evidence I cannot run out for it because if it's wrong now, and I did Johnny now, Uno Sion would have come and cuss me on top of that too. And Uno so slick to Uno believe in our own lies. And still I got hurt Uno. In the end. When she needed the help to go at that time. And I know we not see no receipt for it all now. Wouldn't remember then the days then. Eh? Because from the beginning of time you tell lie. So when was it you just know say you are defending truth and right? And why did it take somebody to come on a page and expose your own picture for you to take it from your page? You should run. You should have left it in. One of the people that go on people's platform and mash up them platform, you is the main one. Dana Avra too. And she no say. She all hear somebody about class too. And I'm not telling no lies, but I have to proof on that. Run up and down in your camp and class and she outside and laughing. And then she gets all the information. You know, so she always get information. You know, so she always get the recordings then. Because she's playing the game like a fucking chess queen. So I don't feel like so she don't have things. She have a whole heap of things that she don't know when she not even come out and talk. So I don't feel that is why when certain things come out here, she just nod her head and keep her head moving and not say nothing. Because if she come out and talk, there will be no peace. Because some of the rumors that start, you know, people, do not start from foreign alone, you know. It starts from them own community. I have heard the voice notes. I have listened and heard the voice notes. And it's envious and bad man. And some of these people are the ones that were helped. Even the people then, we should tell to start up them own a business or want to start up them business. And look at what happened. From the cousin can come out and do that. You should know say nobody knows it. That is why when we hear certain things on the internet, whether it's true or not true, certain things not only talk about when we hear, and when we have received and card and we have. I mean, evidence I cannot run out because if it's wrong now, and I did join you know, Uno see one would come and cuss me on top of that too. And Uno so sleep on lies. And still I got hurt. in at the end. One that go from calling from people show and mash up people platform with lies where you not have the truth.
No, sir. I'm telling you. One more.
Now, people, a teenager was crushed to the inside a shipping container that he was unloading in his community of Grand St. Andrew on Friday night. He has been identified as 18-year-old Gary Jones. The incident occurred about 8:30 p.m. The container was reportedly laden with boxes of laminated glasses. One of the boxes reportedly fell on Jones. The Grand St. police are investigating. People, this youth you're looking at on your screen, his name is Dale. He is a taxi driver, and he said that he was traveling along Reddy's Road in St. Andrew, where the Grace Reform Baptist Church is, near the Sandy Gully Bridge, and that's where the person that he went to pick up, or the person that was in his car, shot and killed him. It is understood that he was shot in the head, and his marrow splashed all over the car seat. Now, people, this is like a coincidence, because about 2 weeks ago, August 10 to be exact, Lashan was killed at the same spot. Lashan was killed about 11 a.m. and Dale was killed about 11 p.m. And people, as we said, Dale Mara splashed all over the car seat. So you know how the video look already, right? And the worst thing about it, people, music they are playing in a Dale car, it has said, please don't let them take me 3 pints. That time the man them don't take him 3 pints already, people. If you want to see the video, there's a link in the comment section. Click the link and it is going to lead you to a group, and there you can find the videos in the group. About 3 weeks ago, it is alleged that some policemen in Stanley, Hanover, they beat a young lady, kick her in her belly, allegedly use a stool to beat the young lady. And her face she get licked, her head all over her body. And all of this allegedly happened over a bottle of Johnny Walker, which the police them were of the view that that liquor was too expensive at the bar that the young lady was operating. And an argument developed between the policemen and the lady, which resulted in she being severely beaten. Now, I know it sounds strange because the Green had published the story. And when I read the comments that persons were saying, it's like they were wondering what really could go like this. But to make matters worse, the lady said she go up by the police station of Sandy Bay to report what happened. And the police jeep with the police officers who beat her already, driving at the station. And one of the policemen come out of the jeep and run her out of the station here at Sandy Bay and kick her at her belly in the station. And the lady left the station and go Lucy headquarters to report it. Yes, she was given a receipt at Lucy. Now it is almost 3 weeks and none of them police never charges lady for any crime at all. And I make this point to say that it don't make any sense them come now to come charge lady again, because a lot of times what we see happening, or what we see happening is that after persons realize that a citizen who has been abused has made a report to Indico, alright, bro, it means that the police in particular will come and try to arrest and charge that individual for resisting arrest and assault the police. And most times those charges they come about in order for the police to try and defend themselves, right? It happened over in Trelawney, you know, where the police in Trelawney beat a pocket of mine, broke his hand, didn't charge him for resisting arrest, like that. And about 9 months to a year afterwards, the police in Trelawney charged this young man for resisting arrest and assaulting police. Only after the police received a call from Indicom. And because he received that call from Indicom, he realized that Indicom was investigating. Then he came and charged my client. Now the matter went to trial, and the good court found my client not guilty. I know we are taking claim against. But the point I'm making is that this is another situation in which the police now have gone ahead and allegedly beat this lady severely. And it is 3 weeks now, and nothing at all has happened. They reported to Indigo, and we haven't heard anything. So I don't know what is happening. Yes, Indicom is investigating, but what about these policemen? If it is that these policemen really beat this woman so bad, you know, and they don't charge her for anything, and she's not hiding, she go to the police station over and over and over, so nobody can come and say that they couldn't find her. They can't come and say that, you know. So what is happening? Why the Jamaica Constabulary Force High Command has not done anything about this? If it is that they have done something, we would like to know, but it cannot continue. Where police continue to deal with people like this, especially women. You beat woman and kick woman and you stool and lick woman when it is alleged.
From dreams to reality. Let Active Home Center be your one-stop shop to recreating the space you've always imagined. Shop everything under one roof in Kingston and Montego Bay. Cabinets, bathrooms, lighting, fans, and so much more. Active Home Center. More savings, more choices.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. OUR spearheading post-burial assessment of the country's electricity resilience. Soldier gunned down while on duty in West Kingston. And later in sports, Mount Pleasant head coach fired after one game in charge. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie Simpson. Here are the details. Amid public backlash about its handling of issues relating to customers of the Jamaica Public Service Company following the passage of Hurricane Beryl, the Office of Utilities Regulation has indicated that it is spearheading an in-depth post-Beryl evaluation of the resilience of the electricity sector. The OUR says this will span preparation for the hurricane, its impact, and restoration activities. Prince Moore has the details.
In a media release yesterday, the OUR said the assessment will seek to identify culpability, gaps, areas for improvement, policy and legislative recommendations to ensure the resilience of the utility infrastructure, improved communication with stakeholders, and enhanced disaster recovery. This should provide a basis for further policy and legislative recommendations as deemed necessary. In the meantime, the OUR said it is continuing to engage with the Jamaica Public Service Company to ensure the restoration activities in St. Elizabeth are expedited and that power is restored to all customers. The OUR says the latest report from the JPS on Wednesday indicated that 3,247 customers in St. Elizabeth remained without electricity. JPS says electricity was restored to 34,549, or 91.4% of its St. Elizabeth customers between Monday and Tuesday, and a total of 37 customers in pockets of communities in Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, Portland, and St. Thomas remain without power, as JPS claims they are awaiting the resolution of specific obstructions to have their power restored.
A St. Elizabeth community is questioning the reason behind the double murder of a common law couple in Mountainside this morning. It's understood that the couple were pounced on by armed thugs sometime after 3 o'clock. More in this report.
It began as a day like any other for Sharon Calder, a craft vendor who operates in Montego Bay, St. James. Like clockwork, to head to her craft shop, but gunmen would not have it. Understood that about 3:45 this morning, Miss Calder and her common law husband, Richard Foster, were making their way through Mango Walk Lane in Mountainside when loud gunshots were heard. When the shooting ended, the body of Miss Calder was seen by residents. Her common law husband was found meters away in bushes. It has left the once quiet St. Elizabeth community in shock. Her brother, Carlton Calder, is hoping that those responsible for her murder will be caught and brought to swift justice.
Market am I going on selling basket, you know? Craft market, you know? They were selling market and good. I see boyfriend job for us. But I say I'm a madman. When I hear this one, what is something I go there? But I say to him, say, what am I shot at the madman for? I when realize I'm boyfriend. You understand me? A nice man, sweet and nice bossy, you treat my meter yet. I'm a system of a good man, I tell you saying good.
Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coleridge Minto, says this morning's act is as the community has not had any such incidents for over a year.
The residents of this area are very concerned and accustomed to this type of incident in this case. So we're appealing to anyone who may have any information at all on this gruesome act to share with the police any information at all that you doesn't matter how slight it is or minor you think it is, please share it with the police.
Shane Burke, TVJ News.
A Westmoreland operator was shot and killed and his wife wounded after a gunman invaded their home at Water Lane in George's Plain Thursday evening. The deceased man has been identified as 70-year-old Renald Madden. Mr. Madden is said to have plied the Savlamar route. According to the police, the elderly couple was at their home with other relatives when a motorcycle stopped at their gate with a lone rider. The gunman disembarked the motorbike with a firearm and entered the house through the door. TVJ News understands that he then opened gunfire, hitting people before escaping on the same motorcycle. The wife and husband were rushed to hospital by residents where Mr. Madden, who was suffering from gunshot wounds to his left shoulder and left upper back, was pronounced dead on arrival. Meanwhile, his wife was admitted in critical condition as she received gunshot wounds to her left side of the left side of her neck. The police are investigating. The Jamaica JDF has confirmed that a service member was shot and killed while on duty early this morning. The incident happened inside the Denham Town Zone of Special Operation in Kingston. Reports are that around 1:30 a.m., the soldier was patrolling along Bond Street when he was shot by armed men. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. He has been identified as E.J. Dumville. The Chaplaincy and Welfare Department is providing counseling and support services to the soldier's family and colleagues. The JDF has also extended condolences to the family of the deceased soldier. Now, anyone with information regarding this incident is encouraged to contact Crime Stop at 311, the National Intelligence Bureau NIB at 811. We will have more on this story in Primetime News at 7. Acting Senior Superintendent of Police in charge of the Clarendon Division, Shane McCullough, is assuring residents of Clarendon that the force is working to return normalcy in the parish. The assurance follows the mass shooting just over a week ago in Territory Lane district of the parish.
We have been carrying out a number of as recently as yesterday. The two persons who were picked up in the ongoing operations and investigations have been charged for the murders and shooting in Shirley. The necessary intervention and support for the victims of crime that is also ongoing.
He says more persons are being pursued by the police. One man was killed in a police confrontation during an operation on Thursday.
Just want to reassure that we are continuing the hunt for these men, whether they're in Clarendon or they're outside the borders.
The government says it is committed to improving water supply across the country. The latest assurance came from Portfolio Minister Senator Matthew Samoda.
Persons in the northwestern end of the island are among those to benefit from improved water supply, with work set to take place on the major transmission main in Martha Bray, Trelawney. Minister with responsibility for water Matthew Samoda gave the update during a recent of St. James. The minister also explained he is still not satisfied with Jamaica's water supply, noting that in many parts of the country, 70% water is lost to theft or damaged pipes.
Water doesn't see parish boundaries, it doesn't see constituency boundaries, it's source to where people live. So Martha Bray, west end of the westernmost parish, Westmoreland, grades of its transmission main starting at the end of this year, going 18 to 24 months depending on the construction time. That project will see investment of $1 million. Now that will fix the supply issue.
And as for the issue of non-revenue water, particularly in some western parishes like St. James, Trelawney, he had a solution.
We have already gone to tender internationally with the support of the World Bank technical team for a national non-revenue water partner, which will see a PPP, meaning that we'll have a partner that works with us to identify the major leaks, install those major transmission mains, put in pressure monitors so you don't have this constant up and down in pressure, especially when you have drought, etc. That monitor so you have less breaks, and you also put in significantly more meters that measure the water flow at different places. That 10-year project, that's what the National Non-Revenue Water Project, will run anywhere between $300 and $500 million.
The minister said if government continues to meet its targets, the water network in the country will soon be the best Jamaica has seen in nearly 40 years. Carrie Simpson, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The opposition People's National Party is again reiterating calls for an improved road maintenance fund to repair the critical infrastructure across the country. In an interview with TVJ News, opposition spokesman on transport Michael Phillips argued that the $40 billion Spark program is not enough.
What we need right now is a more comprehensive approach to road construction and maintenance. We have been calling, the People's National Party has been saying that we need to relook at a road maintenance fund. You know, it is that we maintain the roads, but our bridges.
Mr. Phillips adds that the yearly allocation to repair and maintain bridges is inadequate. He pointed to the time it's taking to fix bridges such as the Woodsville Bridge in Hanover and the Troy Bridge on the Manchester-Trelawney border.
Is really just government taking interest in the amount, the over 300 bridges that we have island-wide that are in disrepair. And many of them not only in disrepair, but they are in conditions that vehicular traffic or pedestrians should not be using them.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
Local manufacturing and distribution firm Separate says it made a lower profit of $941.48 million for its second quarter ended June 2024. In the same period last year, the company made $1.19 billion after tax. The company says that this was mainly due to a shortfall in its Trinidad subsidiary AS Brighton, with its net profit down 44% due to expiration of one-off benefits which the company had in 2023. Separate says, however, it realized higher revenues of $29.74 billion in the 3 months ended June 2024, a 9% increase compared to the $27.39 billion made in revenue for the period ended June 2023. A 27% rise in export sales supported the growth. Further afield, housing demand in the U.S. improved in July after declining for months. The National Association of Realtors says sales of previously owned homes in the U.S. grew 3% in July from the month before. That pushed the seasonally adjusted annual rate of nearly 4 million home sales. July's figures broke a 4-month streak of declining sales, but year over year, the sales were down 2.5% in July from 2023. The National Association of Realtors says despite modest gain, home sales are still sluggish. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm McKinsey Robinson.
Time now for the top and international stories.
In the region, Haitian arrested a 52-year-old man in connection with the murder of 2 American missionaries and a Haitian citizen at an orphanage on May 22. The police will release a full report on the case in the coming days. The victims, Natalie and Davy Lloyd, daughter and son-in-law of Missouri legislator Ben Baker, were serving as missionaries in Haiti when they were attacked by an armed gang. A Haitian citizen working at the orphanage also died in the incident. On the international scene, a transgender woman from Australia has won a discrimination case against a women-only social media app after she was denied access on the basis of being male. The federal court found that although Roxanne Tickle had not been discriminated against, she was a victim of indirect discrimination, which for decision disadvantages a person with a particular attribute and ordered the app to pay her $6,700 plus costs.